News just in. Bet365 is now live in Illinois.
That's right. Join Bet365 today and get $150 in bonus bets when you bet $5, win or lose.
That's amazing.
That's for sure. With Bet365, you can bet on the spread, totals, and money line.
Well, there you have it, Illinois. Download the Bet365 app and get your $150 in bonus bets today.
And see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Illinois. T's and C's apply.
We are at Jana's, and I turned up Ross's microphone instead of his headphone, and that's why you got inundated with the cooler sound in the background. How are you doing today, Ross?
Oh, good, Gordy. How are you today? Did you have a good week?
Boy.
I know I had a pretty good week. It's weather is getting beautiful out
Oh,
there.
I see what the problem is here.
Mom's out there. Happy Mother's Day.
I gotta, Chad, you're not on the air right at the moment. I'm switching microphones here. Now you're ready to go.
Am I ready? Am I on the air?
You're
Happy
on
Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, in case it didn't get played the first time I said
Fishing
it.
openers today.
Yeah.
They don't have any fish here.
You're right. They don't have any seafood. Oh, shrimp. That's about it. Yeah.
They do have shrimp?
They got a shrimp meal. Yeah.
I suppose fish is kind of hard to keep fresh, you know.
At least they always did have shrimp, but yeah, I walked through the store and like we said last week, Jana's Marketplace down here did a little rearranging. They put their coolers up towards the front, and like you said last week, the selection hasn't really gone down or anything. It's just a different location, but. Great meals down here at Jana's Marketplace. You can come down and sit down and eat them hot, or you can buy them all ready to go, take them home, take them to the office, throw them in the microwave for a couple minutes, and have a delicious meal. And as always, every meal here is made in the kitchen. They're not, coming out of a package somewhere from some faraway land. Jana makes everything fresh in her kitchen right here.
Yeah.
Beautiful downtown Faribault at the intersection of Central Avenue and 2nd Street.
Right across from the iconic Burkhartzmeyer shoe store.
Yes, you are correct. Yep. So come on down, folks. Get a good meal out of the deal. It's a beautiful day that you can sit outside. She's got a couple different places you can sit outside and just kind of take in the sun and enjoy the day.
No bugs to worry about just yet.
Not yet. It's beautiful out there. Absolutely beautiful. So I got a question for you. Or did you want me to talk a little bit about Trek now?
Well, whatever you want to do.
All right. Well, we'll mention Trek. I am Royal Ross with Trek Properties, located in beautiful downtown Faribault in the Depot Square building right across the street from the post office. And we are a full-service real estate firm. We manage homeowner associations all over, from up in the cities area over to Madison Lake, and I hear we're even coming up with some farther down south now, so we're expanding our footprint all the time. We also manage investment property for residential real estate, in other words, AKA apartments. We manage those for the investors. We manage storage units. We have, 2,000 storage units, I think, under our management. So if you need to store something, then we're the people you call. And then we also have a commercial management division, which manages all of our business-type property. Chris Ekron does a great job in that division. So we are well-rounded. And then, of course, I'm a licensed realtor and can help you buy, sell just about any piece of property around.
Including my home.
Including your home, yes. So now, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Could the Heritage Days Committee selected a better person for their Grand Marshal this year? I say no.
Definitely.
I say no.
Definitely.
I say no.
Paul Panofsky should have been the Grand Marshal. He just retired from the city Parks Department. He was 27 years working with the Heritage Days Committee. He would have been the perfect Grand Marshal.
He has been a great asset to our community, and we thank Paul for everything he's done. And I think we're going to have a little reception coming up for him, But I disagree. I mean, for this year, I have a feeling Paul's going to be towards the top of the list for next year. But, for this year, I don't think they could have chosen a better person to be Grand Marshal other than the legend, Mr. Gordy Cosfeld.
Well, no. I've just been here a long time.
But you've contributed so much to our community. It's not just longevity. It's what you've contributed to.
What have I contributed? I'm doing my job when I'm on the radio, so.
Well, yes, but you're doing it well, and you're doing it well.
I'm glad
and,
you said it that way. I don't know.
And you're serving the community. I mean, it doesn't seem like much to you because it is a job, but to all the parents, grandparents, kids that used to play ball and have their games announced, and now they're having kids that get to hear you announce their kids' games. It's pretty special.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm humbled that I was chosen, so.
I think it's awesome. Congratulations,
I
Gordy.
think it's because I had that bout last year, and they thought, better get him before he goes bye-bye.
I don't think that was it. I don't
Well,
think.
I do. I think that was
You
it.
think so? I don't think that had anything.
Because they told
to
me
do
I've
with
been on the list for a while. And
it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, good. I'm happy. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for the Heritage Days.
I'm coming. It's another indicator that I'm coming toward the end of my career, right? As you get
Well,
older, you get some of these
as we all are.
some of these things. How about the business of the year? Now, I thought, weren't those ladies going to come out this week from DECA?
We hope they would. Yes, we hope they would.
I
but,
thought he said he
yeah.
was going to send them out this week.
Yeah, he was
And-
going to try to send them out.
Well, I don't remember which prom it is. BA and Faribault High School one had a prom last weekend, one has a prom this weekend.
Okay. It's a busy time. Busy time for the
So
young,
I was kind
young
of
folk.
I was kind of counting on them being out here,
Yeah.
to be honest. And so when I see that nobody's here yet, I'm thinking,
Uh-oh.
probably should have lined up some other folks.
Yeah, well, you know.
But I'm like this opportunity to ask you about, because you're on the city council,
Correct.
the building over by the viaduct that's going in Viaduct Park.
Yep.
Do you know what the timeline is on that?
The timeline is going to be, we think, the building will be completed, and I believe the splash pad will be completed this summer. But due to warranty situations, it'll probably be done in like mid-September or something.
Yeah, I think that's what the mayor
So we're
told
not
us.
going to open it until next spring.
Yeah, I think that's what the
But
mayor said about the splash
I think
pad.
those two pieces of the puzzle will be completed this summer.
So what's going in the building?
Kind of a community space. There'll be a concession stand in there. You know, if we get to the point where we put in an ice pad, you can rent skates there. But,
So the concession stand, I'm assuming, will be vending machines. You don't have to have labor there.
yeah, I don't know. I think we're obviously going to have to play this by ear a little bit, but if we can, once we get it going, I can see us having a small concession stand there that is manned for the peak splash pad season and the peak ice skating season and so on. So I think the intent is to have it manned, but we'll have to see. That's my understanding anyway.
It looks like a pretty decent-sized building.
Yeah, it is, and it's going to be a nice building. And like I said, you're going to be able to sit in there, and when the weather's nice, we'll have the doors all open, and it'll be more of an open air building. And then in the wintertime, when it's cold or something, we'll have the doors shut, and it'll be a community space where you can, I think we're going to have one or two small rooms that somebody can rent for a birthday party, for example, while they're in the splash pad. And things like that. So it should be a nice addition to the citizens of Faribault.
Well, I know Paul Podolsky, when he was on the air, was it last week or the week before? I think it was a week before, because he's done this next week. He's retiring this next week.
Yeah, I know. Sad. Very sad.
But his replacement, it sounds like, did she accept the job?
I believe so. I believe we have I believe we do have somebody that has accepted Paul's job. And when I say it's very sad, I'm happy for Paul. Don't get me wrong there. I'm ecstatic for anybody that achieves the American dream, which is now retirement. I'm very happy for Paul. I'm just sad for our community because he's been such an instrumental player in our whole outdoor recreation
Yeah, I asked him, he doesn't have a favorite park. He says he just enjoys seeing people have fun in the parks.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Sounds like something Paul would say, yeah.
Very humble guy.
Yeah.
But he would have been the perfect Grand Marshal.
I can agree with you on that. I think it was more of a timing thing maybe or something. I'm not sure. But
I mean, he retires next week, and it's a month before that, so I don't know what you mean by timing.
Well, I'm not going to argue with their selection because I think they made a great selection.
Well,
Mr. Gordy Kosfeld out there in front.
I suggested Harry Brown.
Yeah, Harry would be a good.
There's a guy who had started an iconic Faribault business from scratch, pretty much. He had a gas station downtown here, right? And eventually moved out to where Harry Brown's is now, and they've expanded their footprint.
Yeah, a couple of times, I think.
So Harry Brown would have been a great choice. I think Paul Erickson, who just retired or is retiring.
Yeah,
he would have been a great choice. That's another iconic business.
Absolutely, Erickson Furniture.
Maybe I don't recall. Has any of the Burkhartsmeyers been a Grand Marshal of the Heritage Days?
I'm thinking possibly Bruce, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
Yeah. Do we have a listing anywhere of the past Grand Marshals?
Oh, I bet there is. I bet we could get Travis McCauley on the phone, and I bet he could produce us a list.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
I mean, the Heritage Days goes back to the early 80s.
Well, yes, but it wouldn't surprise me if we'd have a pretty extensive list.
When I came here, at least for a period of time, they had celebrity Grand Marshals. I mean, well-known people.
Really?
Like, here I'm talking about a well-known person. She was up in the cities, Mama D.
Mama D, okay.
Is that it?
Mama D. Singer?
No, the Totino's pizza person.
Oh, okay.
She was a Grand Marshal one year.
Okay.
They had Ken Davis from Ken Davis Barbecue Sauce as a Grand Marshal one year. Oh. Now, those are some names.
Okay, yeah.
And their thinking back then was to draw more people from outside Faribault.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think they decided, let's make it, let's not try to do that. Let's just continue to make it a community celebration.
Yeah. Can't argue with that logic too much.
And we get a lot of people from out of town here. I see all the time.
Yep, absolutely.
Fantastic. So come on down, folks. Boy, this place is hopping with activity today.
Yeah. We got a few people in Jana's Marketplace today. So, did you call any games this week?
Yeah, well, just about every day. I got 2 more today up in Randolph. So
up in Randolph.
As soon as I'm done here, we're heading up there. Cannon Falls plays La Crescent at noon, and then Cannon Falls plays Randolph at 2. So both those games. Monday will be in Dodge Center as Kenyon Wanamingo plays Triton in baseball. Today's games are fast-pitch softball, and then from there on, I don't remember what I got.
Okay.
I do know that it's a busy time of year. It's the final week of the regular season for most teams this next week, and then the playoffs.
Yeah.
My favorite time of year.
Is it?
It's do or die.
Yeah. Now, are you speaking spring sport playoff is your favorite time of year, or just the playoff season in general?
I don't care what season.
Yeah, so fall, winter, spring, it's just the playoffs are. And that obviously is the most exciting and what the kids play for all, for their whole season, I guess.
Yep, you want to be peaking at the right time.
Yep,
peaking at the right time.
So any predictions for any of our local teams?
I'm not really in the prediction business.
Okay.
Some teams that I've seen from the area that are really good. Of course, BA Cardinal fast pitch team.
Yep, they're good.
They have a good shot at winning the section this year and going to state. Sadly, one of their better players, Caitlin Boffin, I think we told you last week, she got injured and is out and will be out for volleyball in the fall, too.
Oh, no.
For the BA Cardinals, and that's not going to help matters for them any. She'll be out for basketball. She was their, one of their better players. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know.
Yep. Yeah, it's very, very sorry to hear that because I have to believe she's going to be either a junior or senior next year.
Yep, she's a senior and may be back.
Senior next year.
She may be back for softball, but I wouldn't necessarily hold my breath on that either, although this girl has such a great attitude. I talked to her before a game last week, and she's taking it in stride, and she realizes it's part of the whole game, right?
Yeah.
Injuries. She was in jail volleyball and wasn't even in contact. She just came down on it wrong.
Oh, that'll do it. That'll do it. There's a lot of people that get injured in volleyball simply just landing, from a vertical jump.
Well, I don't know. Was it you explained or somebody explained about the physiology of the
It
woman
would not
versus
be
the
me.
man because of the hips being wider and everything? They've got to land differently.
Oh, it would not be me because, as you can tell by looking at me, I know so little about health. It's scary.
Oh, come on! Don't give me that. Say, you live on a lake, right?
No. I have a seasonal site camper on a lake.
Okay, yeah. And which lake is it?
Francis, over by Elysian.
Now, they tell me, I've never been fishing there, that they have good fishing at Lake Francis.
Yes, it's a very good fishing lake. It's one of the cleanest lakes in southern Minnesota. Like right now, you can walk all the way out to the
So
into
no
the dock.
algae like some of the lakes around here.
No. It's even in the worst times of Lake Francis, which will be August or so. Even at its worst time, it's still better than most of the other lakes in southern Minnesota.
So is it cooler then, or?
I think it's no, the algae grows with heat, I believe.
Yeah, that's why I say it's got to be a cooler lake then.
Oh, I think it's spring fed. So
okay.
Yeah, I think it's spring fed because there's not a lot of inlets to it, I don't believe, and there's also not a tremendous amount of farmland around it, which I have to believe probably helps with the runoff.
Oh,
and stuff.
absolutely, and then that's not dissing on farmers. It's just a
Oh,
fact.
absolutely not. No, we love our farmers and we need them. I'm just saying it's just kind of one of the necessary evils that comes with being high productivity in the agriculture industry is you've got some runoff. And
Say, as long as we've got time, because we're going to have nothing but time today.
Okay.
The Rice County Historical Society is having the Riverside Rendezvous. Riverside. Is it Riverside?
I believe it is Riverside
Rendezvous going on out at North Alexander Park, and it sounds like they're going to have a ton of fun. I think I'm going to get over there tomorrow. Mother's Day. Mothers get in for free.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it looked like a great event.
9 to 5 are the hours, both days, today and tomorrow. So they're going right now.
Yeah, it looked like a great event with lots of fun activities. I think they had a whole bunch of school kids come out there on Thursday and Friday.
Yep, help set up and have fun.
Yeah. So let's see.
We got demonstrations, blacksmithing and candle making and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I'm just kind of reading about it now. So reenactments of early fur trading through the Civil War. Demonstrations will include like you said, blacksmithing, candle making, leatherworking.
Sam Temple will be doing some
fishing.
Storytelling.
Historic fishing.
Well, that's from the cane pole, I'm guessing, like I did when I was a kid.
Yeah, yep. Fur trade camps, Voyager games, and much more. So, yes, folks, if you are looking for something fun to do, something educational to do, and just get outside today. Today is going to be a perfect day for it. Riverside Rendezvous and History Festival out at North Alexander Park by the Rice County Historical Society.
No, it's over by the pavilions. By the Riverside. That's why it's called the Riverside.
Oh, I just assumed it was
No, it's going to be over by the pavilions on the south side.
South side of the river? So it's South Alexander.
Well, no, it's in North Alexander. It's on the south side of North Alexander Park by the river.
Folks, I tell you what.
If that makes any sense.
If you get to Alexander Park,
but it's by the
so
pavilions.
much activity. You will find it.
Yeah, and it is a cost to get in. It's $10 for adults, and it does have the breakdown there.
No, I don't.
Kids $5.
No,
and your moms are free on Saturday or Sunday.
Free tomorrow.
Mother's Day. Yep.
Yep. So
great
idea.
They're going to have some authentic Dakota Native American food.
You had me at food, so I don't. I'm willing to try food.
Well, I didn't realize. But Dave Nichols, who's the executive director of the Rice County Historical Society, was on our show. He's been on our show a few times the last few weeks plugging this. One of the foods they have is a flatbread, and I didn't realize that the Native Americans invented flatbread.
Oh, yes. I have had, I don't know if this is a proper term, but this is what they call them. I've had Indian tacos.
Okay.
And it's on a flatbread. It's a little bit softer. It's not a crunchy shell like a taco shell. It's a little bit softer.
Well, it's like a soft shell taco.
Almost like a pita, I would say. It'd be, close to a pita, or at least in texture and everything. And then they had made a taco on top. Delicious.
Does it have
wonderful
corn and everything in it?
No, not in this. Not in the ones I ate. No, it was more of a traditional taco on top of this flatbread. But anyway, it's very good.
Well, I would guess they had buffalo meat in it back in the day, right?
Probably, yeah. But I don't think they had tacos back in the day. So, I mean, what they're going to make as an authentic meal is going to be different than my taco on a Indian flatbread. But anyway, try it. Let me know how it is. I bet it's awesome.
Well, I'm thinking I might try it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they're going to have that there. They're going to have other food available, too, for those who may not want to be daring and try the authentic Native American food.
I bet it's tasty.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
It's very good.
I'm guessing it's pretty good. I mean, back in the day.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, way back when we
way back.
We ate insects. I mean,
yeah,
they just did.
Yeah. That's delicacy sometimes.
You've had chocolate covered ants, haven't you?
I'll try just about anything, and at some point, yes, I have had chocolate covered ants.
See, this show has just digressed into
a pile of nothingness.
Well, it's quite often that way. I hope people are still tuning in. I can't hear any of the radios clicking right now.
Yeah, everybody click their radio off.
But I was kind of hoping that the young ladies would be in here from DECA. It was nice having Jared Kegler.
Absolutely.
And he ran down, and I think I do have a recording of that up on our website.
Okay, good.
KDHLradio.com, and did a great job of explaining all the great things you get out of DECA.
Yes, yep. Very well-rounded business-type program for the high school kids in our area.
We didn't have it in my school when I was a kid.
No, we did have it in my school in the mid-'80s.
But you weren't in it.
I was not in it, but we did have it.
And then you eventually became a small business
consulting. Yeah, imagine that. Well, I guess things work out the way they're going to work out.
So did you take business in college?
Yeah. I have a major in finance, for undergraduate, major in finance, minor in accounting, minor in economics. And I've got a master's degree from St. Thomas.
In?
Business administration. Concentration of management. So.
You still working with the SBA?
I am a highly educated idiot. No, I have not worked. SBDC, Small Business Development Center, hosted out at the Chamber of Commerce. I have not worked in that capacity for about 3 years or so, taking a little break from it.
Who's doing it now?
Nort Johnson is, Nort Johnson's kind of the leader of the program. Like I said, it's out at the Chamber of Commerce. And I don't know who he has for business advisors now. But what it is, people that either have an existing small business going, or people that want to start a business, or just kind of test the waters for a business idea they have. The Small Business Development Center is a statewide program run through Minnesota DEED, Department of Employment and Economic Development, and it's all free. It's all free counseling and consulting, all confidential. So in other words, if you go to them with an idea for a new way to make a lollipop, the advisor to you is not going to take your idea and do it themselves, or take your idea and share it with anybody.
Well, at least you hope not.
No. They sign confidentiality agreements every year. It's taken very, very seriously. Business people, clients can meet with them one time, or they can meet with them 100 times. It doesn't matter, as long as the client's getting value out of the meetings, and it's all free to the client. So it's a great service. Wonderful service.
Well, this past week, the Chamber had their annual Business Awards Luncheon, and Ace Hardware was named our Business of the Year. I had a nice interview with Catherine Donahue over at Ace the other day that we've been airing on KDHL Radio, and she said, boy, what great competition. Jana's was a finalist.
Yeah. Who was the third finalist?
The Cancer Institute up at Alina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were the other finalist.
Yep.
There were over 60 nominations.
Wow. It's a lot. But, most of the nominations come from, employees and things like that. So it's nice to see that 60 different local businesses have that kind of support and backing. Very nice to see.
For sure. That was a good choice.
Absolutely. Ace Hardware is a great...
They couldn't have gone wrong with any of them.
No. They always have three very good contenders for the business awards.
So, I mean, this is kind of a unique place we're sitting in here. Jan is, I love what she's done with this place. It's perfect for a single guy like me who doesn't mind cooking, but he doesn't, he's always pressed for time. So.
Yeah. And like I said earlier, I went through the store today, and what I really like about it is I can buy a tray, a pre-made tray of lasagna, and it's enough for 2 meals for me. Or I can get one of their little bowls, and it's more of a single serving. Like I can get a bowl of chicken Alfredo, for example, or something. So,
yeah, those breakfast bowls here are pretty good, too.
So I like them because they're kind of flexible for you, You can get it different size portions, I guess I should say.
And you could eat healthy.
Absolutely.
They got some really good salads here, I've been told. I'm not a salad guy.
Awesome. Yes, their salads are awesome, including their homemade ranch dressing. So she does a great job across the board. Desserts, we could spend a whole half hour talking about the desserts.
I know, I saw all of them over there.
Because I love desserts, but yeah. So
I can't have any.
No.
Unless they don't have sugar in them.
Yeah.
But Jana brought me some sugar-free candy yesterday when she was down at the station.
Nice.
Birthday club on Fridays. She stops by every Friday for the birthday club on
Does she?
KHL.
Nice.
And she brought me some sugar-free candy.
Was it your birthday?
No.
Soon?
No.
Or, close proximity? Okay.
She just knew I was
out of the goodness of her heart.
She knew I was a diabetic, and this way we could say, hey, yeah, they got stuff for diabetics down at Jana's, too.
Yeah.
Because we're an afterthought.
And you think so?
And there's, I don't know how many diabetics there are, but there's a lot.
Oh, there's millions and millions and millions. And also they have some of their meals are labeled as gluten-free, too.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
But,
I bought some gluten-free bread here.
Yeah. Yep. That's got to be that sounds like it would have been a tough one to make, but they've perfected it, and gluten-free bread is very good.
It was pretty good, especially when I toasted it.
Yeah, good.
Only got a few minutes left in the show. You got another Trek properties we need to get in here.
Sure. We can talk a little bit of Trek properties. Like I said, one of the divisions we have is managing residential rentals. We do that primarily for investors, who may own an apartment building or something like that, and they don't want to manage it. They don't want to collect the money, pay the bills.
So do you have the former farmer's elevator? Storage unit there?
Oh, no. No, we don't manage those.
That thing's massive.
It is, yeah. No, we don't manage those. Those are managed, self-managed by that company.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we manage residential property for.
But I'm assuming you do have some refrigerated units or whatever you call them.
I don't know. I don't know if we do or not. It's not my division.
It's kind of the wave these days.
You're talking climate control, basically.
Correct. That's it. That's the
climate control.
That's the term I was looking
and
for.
I don't know that we have any climate control, so I don't want to speak out of turn here. Like I said, it's not my division, but I know we have about 2,000 storage units. So, between here and Dundas and Northfield, and spread out all over. So,
now, where did people store their stuff before all these things got built? I mean.
Well,
I don't remember seeing many of these when I was a kid.
My simple answer would be people did not have this much stuff.
Oh, okay.
I think this is a need that created itself by people just accumulating more and more and more toys. Boats, four-wheelers, side-by-sides, canoes, kayaks.
And they don't want to throw anything away.
Well, it's not that they don't want to throw anything away, but you can only have so much room in your double garage at home, and if you want your cars in there, you got to find a place to put your toys.
Well, maybe. I guess I don't have any toys.
Yeah. I just have motorcycles as toys, and that's it. But
I don't even have that.
Well, maybe in retirement you can get a
scooter.
scooter.
I've been thinking I might get me a boat.
You can get a scooter and go tooling around.
Get me a fishing boat.
Yeah. You like to fish?
Yeah, and I don't do any of it now because I'm busy all the time.
Yeah.
So when I retire, that's one of my plans.
Good for you.
I've been looking for a retirement home on a lake where I can watch the sunset and sunrise.
Yeah. Probably see one or the other, but may not be able to see both.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it's maybe on one side of the house, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But boy, I'm telling you, I priced some of the properties around the lakes here at Royal. I can't afford it.
It's lake shore property is just outrageous. As I mentioned earlier, I am a licensed realtor, and so I follow the market. And lakeshore property is just flat out expensive.
And I guess the old supply and demand thing, right? There's always so much lakeshore property.
Yeah, and people. In some ways, their lakeshore property is one of their giant toys,
Well, hopefully we'll have a guest next week. It'll be a tape show because Royal and I are supposed to be gone. Well, I might not be gone. Who knows?
I will be gone, but I will be gone. You won't.
The Southern bettering your business takes working with the best. With the James Hardie Alliance, you gain access to leads, training, networking, and support from the #1 brand of siding in North America. Achieve new levels of success by joining the James Hardie Alliance today.